It's that time again. Tales of Graceanne. Tales of Graceanne is a series on my channel where I tell you real life stories that happen to me in real life. You find comedy in my either emotional or physical pain, and you know, you realize that your life doesn't suck that much. I have been saving this story for so long. I had forgotten about this whole experience. My mom reminded me and I literally screamed. I let out a fangirlish yelp. So let's just get straight into it. Freshman year of high school. Fresh meat. You made it. You got to high school. Good job, Graceanne. In high school, I wasn't really into sports or like, you know, the popular cliques or anything. I was into one thing, and that was speech and debate. I was the biggest friggin' speech and debate nerd, and I loved it. I mean, I got to let out my inner sassy every freaking weekend at a tournament. We could be debating on foreign policy, but it was still fun to me because I was fighting. All the freshmen, okay, we're at the bottom of the totem pole, okay? You know, everybody else is above us, obviously. So there was a tournament coming up, and it was like kind of like a state tournament. It was really big, and only seniors and juniors were going. But our debate coach was picking a select few freshmen who were showing potential that he was gonna bring on the trip. If you go on this trip, we get the nice bus, you know, that means the coach likes us, that means we're good, we're going to state, blah, 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 blah. So, you know, it's a big honor to go on this trip. And every single person wanted to go on this trip. Little did they know that their wish to go on this trip would be reversed in a matter of days. The list comes out of everybody who's going on the trip, and my name was on it. Swag. I was so excited, and I was also excited because my three other best friends who are also in debate also were on the list. We're freshmen, and we're gonna be hanging out with the seniors and the juniors, and whoopity-doo-dah day. We get to leave early on a Friday. I literally remember they said on the intercom, "Everybody going to state debate, could you please come down to the office? Your bus is here." I walked out of that classroom like a boss with my freaking debate clothes on and my briefcase. I didn't have to be in school for the rest of the day. I was going on a trip with my best friends and cool older kids. So, yeah. So the ride up to state was joyous. The upperclassmen were being nice to us because, you know, there wasn't anybody else around. We were the smart freshmen that the coach picked. So, you know, obviously there's gotta be something good about us if he picked us. We felt so cool because they were talking to us. And finally we get to state, and we're staying in this nice hotel that the school has paid for us, and it's just so nice. And on top of this, we were dominating this tournament. We freaking slapped this tournament in the face. After day one of the debate tournament, we decided as a team that we would go to Denny's. Every single person on the debate team, which is about like 30 people, except for our debate coach and the bus driver, ate at Denny's. Day two comes around. I mean, we're all fine. Little did we know there was a monster that had been planted in us from Denny's the night before that was about to erupt and just bring utter chaos to this situation. We are at day two, and we are still slaying. We get to the finals. All of a sudden, one of my friends gets sick, and we're just like, oh gosh, that sucks. So she goes onto the bus and lays down. This is just one girl. Next thing I know, three of my friends are in the bathroom puking, and they're on the bus. We're getting towards the end of the tournament, and there are other teams that don't like us because we are doing really well. They are like, okay, why is their team like getting smaller by the numbers? Because literally people were just getting sick and getting sick. It got up to like 15 people, and they were all on the bus, and our coach had to make a decision that he was going to take us out of the tournament and take us home because half of our team was on the bus puking. I remember leaving the tournament and being so sad because all of those other stupid teams were like pointing and laughing. They were like, they're scared of us, like they can't finish the tournament. Like, listen, you are not what you think you are. And at this point, I'm still not sick. So the rest of the team gets on the bus. The sick people are in the back and we're in the front. We start driving home and everybody's super bummed. We could have won so many awards. It just sucked. The sounds of vomiting, aching, groans, moans was the soundtrack to my ride home from that tournament. I was still freaking out. I'm like, I'm gonna get sick. I can't get sick. Oh my gosh, I'm crying. What's going on? Literally, everyone was starting to get sick one by one by one by one. They were all going to the back. So the bus driver stopped and he starts handing out trash bags and everybody's puking in these trash bags together. They're sharing their trash bags because there are not enough trash bags to contain all of the vomit that is going on. At this point, I'm just absolutely freaking out. And we're at this rest stop and I can feel myself getting sick and I'm like, no, no. Then, next thing I know, I turn to my friend and I'm like, give me your trash bag. And I just let Denny's out. All freaking in this trash bag. I just start bawling. The first thing I do is start just straight up crying. And one of the seniors is like, Graceanne, shut up. I'm just like, listen, I just puked and I want my mom and this is not cool and we're not even home yet. He finally is just like, wow, this chick is crazy. And he's like, you guys are all freaking stupid. And then next thing he knows, he pukes. Every single freaking person was puking on the bus except for the bus driver and the debate coach. It was disgusting, and I was in the middle of it. It was something out of a movie. There were kids screaming. There were kids standing on the seats saying, God, why? God, why? It was literally hell on wheels. It was so dramatic. Everyone was just puking their guts out, and it was all because of Denny's. I've never gone to Denny's since. I was just a little freshman who was excited that she got picked to go on a state debate trip. I mean, it was... Thanks, Denny's. Thank you.